My little bit of false alarm the last time around. I got a phone call from someone from work, so I had to end up cutting the stream. So I'm back. We're gonna do what we're talking about. I went and grabbed lunch, so we're back. All right, today we're going to talk about the newest officers in the gang, and that will be Rachel Garrett. And what we're going to really look at today is her loot ability, and you can see that she has synergy with the Picard crew. 40% with Picard, so those together, then if you have the doctor below, like what I got, it's going to be a pretty good loot boost to any hostiles that you're doing, and especially the ones that you need the loot. And for me, one of them you saw me do yesterday was the Gorn. Let me restart this one. I thought I did both of them, but I didn't. Also, got to do some let's see what we got in the ticket of events. I didn't even look. I'm sure one of them's going to be mining. And when those get done, I'll move those into the appropriate space. Okay, it looks like we've got two mining ones today. I don't know if I have two sets of tickets. I hope I do. I don't know if they gave us one today. Yeah, they did. I know it came out late because I know I hit it at around 11. So I'm going to use both of those. Let's see what. I guess I know I need the one for the crystal, which is always that. Let's see what this one's for. It's the same. So let's go ahead and grab that one as well. And the Gorn, I don't think I have it. Yeah, I do, but let's see what's in here. Yeah, let's grab it. We're actually gonna hit Gorn here. So this will be the first I've done all three in one day before. I don't think I have any left over for tomorrow, though. I have to wait till the thing spawns. Okay, I already completed the battle pass event, and I got some of this material. So let's see if I can score higher with it. Let's go. I don't think I have a Chaos Tech in my Titan. I do have one. Whoops. Here. But I'm not sure if that's the one. I think I want to go ahead and upgrade this one if it's possible. No, they gave you materials, but it wasn't for... I know I won some Chaos Tech material. I wonder why it's not showing up. Okay, let's go ahead and look in this one, see if I got some for this. Nope. Alright. So I got some Chaos Tech, but not one that I need to upgrade the ship. So that's kind of a bummer. Okay, what we got here? I do need to do a Q's challenge sometime today, just so I can keep my rods collecting. I guess I can start doing a full pull on all those now that I got my ship, but I probably should be saving up for this Ketchna when I get it, for as long as it takes to get those rods. But anyway, so what we're going to look at now, we're going to go into silent enemies first. And once I draw the token, I'm going to go right back in there, and because I've got exactly 8 right now. So, okay, I'm not far enough to the wrong spot. So we're going to go up into the 65 system. I'm going to take and I should be able to make a pull in this refinery to get 2 more things. So let's see. It's going to be in the... No, I'm in the wrong thing. I should get factions, not the refinery. Xborg is already lit up. And I'll get my 2 tokens. I like to do that because it kind of gives you an extra one in the hole all the time. Oh, let's do this. I didn't see this one come. Let's see if there's any other ones. Okay, here's Forbidden Tech. There we go. I wish they put rods in here too. I don't see any other ones I need to... Well, I guess I can go ahead and do my Mantis. And my Meridian Pool. That's basically the only thing I use those 2 on. All the other stuff I either don't care about or I've got maxed out. Okay. Number 1, if you're doing silent enemies, you always want to do the one that you have the triangle balance over. Okay, this is what you get by just with no bonuses, no whatever, for the loot crew bonus. When you don't get anything there, should get 11,000 and then 684. So let's take a shot at it and see what we get with E. Picard, Rachel, and the Doctor below. Yeah, quite a bit of difference. Very nice. You'll be able to fill this one up quick. The advantage of using my Rotaran here, it's got a bigger cargo hold than my Cube or any of my G6 ships. And plus it's cheaper to repair than all the above. And I'm going to focus on battleships. And then after that, I'm going to hit the interceptors. It's going to do slightly more hull damage, but it's a neutral on the battle tree or the battle triangle, I guess. Yeah, the battle triangle. It's neutral. But if I hit any of these explorers, I'm going against the triangle, and I will have more hull damage than. So what I usually do, go through here, I go here and cherry pick all the battleships because I'm using an interceptor. So then here's one that spawned while I was doing that. Pop it, and then I'll go to the explorers last. If there's no other either of these that spawn, and that happens in here sometimes. They need a faster spawn rate for these ships. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that interceptor, and go up to the battleship. So you can see, man, I've got it whittled down pretty. Seems like somebody must have done some of these before we got in here, because it looks like there's not enough hostiles in this system. Looks like there's about half of what's supposed to be here. We probably followed somebody in here, is my best guess. Because usually I think there's like double the hostiles in here. And you see it's filling this hole fast with this loot crew. I've even put a preset on in my presets for this crew right here, because I'll be using it a lot, because I need it for this. I need it for that new hostiles. It's in the zigzag system. I'm wondering what we might do. Even do a test with running her with Archer and see what happens. Because that would be kind of. I'll take Phlox out of there. Go Tucker. Archer as the captain and her as the on the side, and see what that does. So maybe you can bundle up Archer's loot ability on those aquatics, and then put Rachel and the doctor below. I mean, Rachel at the side and the doctor below. That might help you pour some loot in here. I mean, I really don't have a problem filling up my NX-01 with loot, because it's the highest system as I have. I'm just doing it testing purposes wise. And we might run just the regular and see what one hostile gets, and then versus with Rachel on board. I'm pretty sure it'll take more hull damage for sure. But will it make a difference? Because you won't have to hit many of those interceptors in there for it to. Okay, now I got one more. See, I get right to the one and they'll spawn a bunch of them. So far I've hadn't had to hit any of the explorers yet. Yeah, it looks like it's going to happen here, because I don't see any of the other two in here now. I don't have to. Probably got like 3 or 4 more to hit, then I'll have the full hull. So that was a quick run right there. I think it about half the time, maybe even. So she is good for that. Mine right now is a tier 2. I got the $100 lock unlocked, so I got her to tier 2. She gets better as she goes, I think. We'll look at that here in a second when we fly her back. But I'm pretty sure she scales up. I read there. Let's see if we're full here after this one. Nope, we got two more battleships up here that spawned. And that wasn't too bad at all. This run wasn't too bad at all, and I've got more than half my hull left over as well. Maybe a little bit more than a third gone. Yeah, more than, just slightly over half now. I'm sure it's full now. Yeah, I don't know why it's not giving me that little symbol that it's full. Okay, the next one we'll be looking at trying to see what was. I hate when it defaults into the general chat. At least on my server, that it's usually populated by mental midgets who you think maybe the only thing they do in the whole game is write crap on here. see. What's it telling me? I've got one. Trying to see if there's any wave defense stuff in here. I don't see it. See, that's just, if that was so, I'd already had this one done if it wasn't so high. Usually there's other stuff on here. I really need to do that one. That's the only one I got left in here that's worth doing. Sure, I could go here and do the warp upgrade and make it. And if they ever do the let us recycle G5 ships, I'll come in here and finish this one off. But I'm not really recycling anything, so why waste this currency? But these minor ones, they don't do anything, and these are all G4, G5, G4, G5, G4, G5, G4, G5. All this stuff, when I got to the point where they are now, is already into 6, so really didn't need it. And this was done. Never needed it. Probably the other pulls I did on this was just to score an event, and that's some for some of these. Like you'll see that the gas miner I got to 3, and the ore miner I got to 3. It's because I think I probably needed to score something for either one of the Alliance tournaments or one of the things where we had to spin these. I don't think they're worth bonuses to stuff that was in there when it was relevant to me. Okay, let's see what's in here. Okay, what's in the artifacts? Oh, yeah, I can make a pull here now. So that'll keep me busy for a few days. That's the idea. I hate going back here and doing these. Okay. So, I've got enough to make a pull in the refinery for here for the good stuff. Just inching my way to tearing out that Gavin artifact. That's the one I'm working on now. Okay. You're in the zigzag system. With what I normally would use, I'd use the same below as you're doing right here. Instead of Rachel, I would go and find. Janeway would be higher up than that. She's got to be. I must have passed her. No, let's go group. See, normally when I use the Picard loot crew right here, I would use Janeway instead of Rachel there. And with Perry with Captain Picard, their officer abilities together. I'll go ahead and show you that real quick. She's deployed. It says, oh, she's in one of the mining ships. Okay. I mean, I just put what was in there because I knew I was going to lunch. Decided to go ahead and fill all 4 of these full of parts. But anyway, I put Janeway there, and they're a pretty good crew power-wise. I was able to punch up and go into the 62 system. I don't know that I'll be able to do that here. We'll go in there and see how bad a hull damage I get. So what I'll probably do is I'll go up here, pop a few, and if I'm taking too much hull damage, then pop back down to the 60s. But the whole idea there is to see how much loot that we can get. So we'll start on this 62, and then we'll look at what the norm is and what we get with Rachel aboard. because this is what the whole video is about, Rachel here. And that was a pretty fast run for silence for me, because usually it would take not maybe twice as long as that, but at least a third longer than that. So she's making these loot runs pretty easier, not easy. And the main reason is some of y'all are just jumping to the screen. Why isn't he using his board cube? Because the cargo hull in my Rotaran's like twice the size of it. And so I'm going to use my Rotaran instead. And honestly, the way these power that these hostiles have in here, I can't punch that much higher even with the cube. And I'm definitely not going to waste the repair bill on any of my 66 ships on this. There's a friend of texting. All right. So he said he's going to call me later, so hopefully it is later, not while I'm doing this. Today was a good day. I got paid today. You see, I used some of my money from payday to unlock Rachel. There's a couple of good packs in that store. They've got the Station Hammer pack in there, which I'll probably buy in the morning. Okay, let's see if we got any battleships in here. Number 1, here's one. Yeah, this is one thing I don't like. Let's go ahead, before I hit it, I'll send it its way. We'll see what the payout is for it, plus what we get. Okay, you got 6,783 versus, let's see what we get with our bonuses. I mean, these are stingily given out. It would take, I doubt that I'm going to get a whole cargo hull of them. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, see, look at that bonus. Almost, basically, let's see. We'll just call it 7,000. So that's basically 14. That's 4 times as much as you would get off a regular pop for these guys. Let's look at my call damage. Yeah. It's probably going to be better for me to go down to the 60s. Yeah, I'm going to take more hull damage because I don't have Janeway. I've got Rachel there instead, and she doesn't really help on killing the hostile. She just gives you extra loot. So I'm wondering about putting her, like, if you guys who are doing reputation, you could maybe put her on the side of one of your ships. I got all 3 of my reputation stuff locked out, so I couldn't really tell you how good of what it would do reputation-wise. Okay, let's see. So we got... Yeah, you're looking at that like it's noticeable, the difference. Very noticeable. But you can see that there's no way I'm going to fill the cargo hold before I'm going to have to fly it back or die. Just because they're real stingy like the Gorn. Gorn's that way too. But what I will do for the Gorn, because I don't have the slip FT in this one anymore, and I can't get as high as I want for those. I'll show you where I used to take the Rotaran with a slip on it. And the one thing about the Gorn, if you crew them right, they're not very powerful. Yeah, the thing would be to do it once you get that eviscerator for the Gorn, is to use this crew in your eviscerator when you can take it up to the better space, because you'd end up filling that little ship up fast with maybe almost equal the loot. That's the big thing about the Gorn. It's if you use your regular warship, it gets lump-sided with the regular, and then to get the Apex, I think you need the eviscerator for that, or I might have it backwards. But you basically got to make two runs. You got to make a run with your warship, your best warship, in the high system you can go into. And then the high system, your Gorn eviscerator can go through to even out your refinery, or you'll end up having a deal where you can only do one and not the other for a couple days until you can go back and grind them out. So that's what I usually do. So what I usually do is I'll go in, do a run with my best warship with a loot crew on it, and then I'll go make at least two runs in the eviscerator to kind of even everything out. But see, what's key about this one is you're getting a bunch of drops. Every time you hit one of these, you're getting drops, and you're getting them too. It's kind of closer to the mirror space, where once you completely fill up your cargo hull, you're still getting the loot from the drops you get. So you're kind of like double dipping here. Man, like before, the drops were a lot more than what you were going to put in your cargo hull. We'll look at that when we get done. We can finish doing the whole run of these. Yeah, I'm having to hit a lot of explorers in this one because the spawn rates are horrible in this thing. Okay, there's another battleship, and I saw a interceptor up there. I guess I'm doing good because there's so little that I've got 200,000, and you saw the upper system. There was 7,000 or below 7,000, like 6,700 or something like that. So it's doing a decent job, but just let's see what the ones for here is. Yeah, 2,000. So I'm almost getting like 10,000 a hit for these guys. Horrible. Horrible amount of loot. Especially as expensive as those pools are. So if any of you guys in the stream got any questions, let me know. I'll try to be better at looking at people who got questions. But like I said, I'm going to be here for a little while. because I'm going to try to catch up on all my grinds. I need to stock up because I got a busy work week next week. I worked 12-hour shifts, so this was my long week where I worked 4 days, 4 12-hour shifts. Next week is my short week where I'm working only 3. So I do plan to get some fishing in. I was going to do it today, but something came up where I couldn't go out. I was planning on doing a big day tomorrow on here. Kind of be streaming off and on all day. But I've got to do some of the stuff I planned for today after I went fishing tomorrow. Today would have been a great day to go fishing, but something came up where I couldn't be in East Texas in case somebody called me. And then, by my luck, when they did call, we couldn't do it today. I have to do it Wednesday. That was a telephone. If anybody wanted to know, I was on for about 20 minutes earlier today. I was just getting to the point of explaining Rachel and the phone call, and it was that phone call. It was one that I couldn't just let go to voicemail and check it out later. But I'm hoping some good things are coming in the near future here for me. And it will definitely affect the stream and what I'm doing in the game. And then I'm making some long-term plans that I think it's gonna be pretty cool for for the whole thing as well. But there's got to be some other dominoes that line up on for that before that can happen, which I think is possible, or I wouldn't mention it. But I appreciate all you guys that have been watching and helping the stream grow here and on YouTube especially. My subscribe rate are starting to pick up now. I was on a good tear, then I got sick with the pneumonia and didn't do any streaming hardly, and it kind of everything kind of fell back to where it was before I started picking up again. And I do thank everybody that watches and subscribes, and if you make a comment on one of my videos, I do try to answer it. But sometimes you guys don't really ask a question, so it makes it hard to reply back when you don't ask a question, when you're more what you're saying is a statement. And a lot of times if I don't disagree with what you're saying, then I won't reply back. That doesn't mean I didn't read it. But there's nothing to reply back to a statement for a lot of times. Now, if somebody asks me a question, I always do that. But be in mind, Google is not the greatest in alerting you when you've got a new comment or message. And then there's been ones that, just because I put the filters on there different, pop up, that had been on there for months that I'd never ever seen but until that time. So know that. So I don't ignore the people who comment. Know that. Number one, it's not a huge problem. I can see some guys that have gigantic followings not being able to read all the comments, but I try to, because it's manageable at this point. Gosh, that's what the bad thing about living in an apartment complex. You got some guy that's got probably in his pocket, he set off the alarm. And those things are trigger happy. You see, I've got about 2/3 of my hull is gone, so I've got to be mindful for it because I want to try to get. Would like to get at least a 500,000. I think I'm going to get that. There's another one right there, spawned. There's a battleship. Spawned. Yeah, to me, this one right here is the worst grind. I have to be almost out of it before I come and do it because it's, or if there's been a couple, here lately there's been events that are called for you to grind this stuff, so it's kind of helped me keep this refinery full with just doing for grinding for points. And look, something I haven't looked. Let's see what's in the Rachel event today. Freebooters. Do you only have to hit freebooters? Yep. Yeah, especially if there's only one set of hostiles. Crap, let's see how. So you get 19 million per 60. So that's about 12 maybe. That's very doable. We'll do that next just to get it over with. And then we'll hit the Gorn. All right, let's see if we still got a little bit of hull left. Let's see if we can. Okay, there's an Explorer. And then we'll try to get, I'm going to take it down to just a tiny sliver, then I'll fly it back. But at this point, it's trying to get as many of these boxes as possible. Like I said, the boxes pay out huge. I think I still got some of my freebooters. There's going to be a little bit of not freebooters, some silent enemies. I should have cleared that out before I came up here. But you'll be able to tell what came from what because it's all going to be this loot. It doesn't give you anything else but the loot. There's a battleship. We'll get that one next. So remember, if you're using an interceptor like what I'm using, your number one target's going to be the battleships. Your secondary target's going to be the interceptors. And then if there's a situation like this and there's none left, then you're going to have to go with the Explorer, which you're going to go against the battle triangle and get more hull damage. There's an interceptor up here. We'll go for him. There's another interceptor there. And like I said, the spawn rates on these things are just too slow. And it's even worse if you got 2 or 3 guys in here with you, man. That you're all sitting here. You can almost get to the point where there's nothing here to hit. Or they're so far apart, you're all racing for one. But the spawn rate's way too slow. Too slow with the silent enemies as well. Let's see where I'm at. Yeah, still good. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hit that one, and I'm going to go for this interceptor after that. Because I'm trying to get out of here. It looks like I'm going to do like, yeah, that's going to be, usually I think before I was getting like somewhere between 300,000 or 400,000 of the loot. So it definitely helps a great deal with this loot crew. And a lot of it has to do with the synergy that she has with Picard. Because she's helping Picard in his abilities along with her own. So that was a good thing that they did, is make her part of Picard's crew right here. Now she didn't have the synergy, which we're going to test out after we do the Gorn. We're going to put her in the NX-01 with Archer's crew and see how she does with them. And we might do like a comparison between the regular crew and with her. I think I can maybe hit 3 more. Especially if I get lucky and a couple of battleships spawn. I can maybe do a few more. Yeah, I know some guys will park them up here and let them just sit and wait until the thing completely respawns, but that's a dangerous proposition. Because if it's somebody that, well, if it's somebody I like, I see they've got a full load of this crap, I'm going to pop that ship and take that shit. Still think I can get a few more, man. Well, there's a battleship too. We'll get that one, and then we'll look at, see if we can get a couple more ships. And that's going to put us right at the 700,000 mark, maybe. Because it's almost pulling 10 every time you hit one. It looks like it's doing about 9, actually. Which isn't bad from the 2,000 you get. It's like it's doing about 9 something. Let's see where we're at. This is going to be, yeah, that's it. I did get my 700,000. We'll recall. And then we'll look and see what we got from the drops. So we're going to have some for the silent enemy stuff that I pulled. No, this is all that. Heck yeah, we got almost 1 million right there. So that's gonna get me probably all next week. I won't have to come in here. So heck yeah. Dang, that still didn't fill up the ship. I'm not gonna. That's a full node. I'm gonna go to. Let's see. Let's find one with 200,000 now. I don't want a full node. Full node. Too little. Yeah, let's take the too little one. We'll bump that so that'll be a full node when we come back up here. So what I'm doing is, you ask why you're doing parts, because I'm about to build that Katya. And it's going to take a lot of parts. So if I can start grinding, I probably should have done this 2 weeks ago, to be quite honest with you. But last week I got a little farther in the build than I thought it was going to get. Because basically, to go to 69, I do this. I do the hangar to 69, and then all I got left is my platforms and deal. Because you see, I got a bunch of them at 68 already. I got to get the rest of them to 68. Then I'll get these all the 60. Not all of them. I don't have to get this dock right here to see at 64. And if this one is 64, those are the 2 purchased ones. So they're not included in the upgrade. The upgrade only needs, and that's pretty much been par for all the 60s when it's asked you to do the platforms. It's always going to be platform F as high as it's going to ask you to do. Basically, one of these I got cooking, I think. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then I'm probably going to do one of the docks. And we'll see how many speed ups the hammer has in it. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll get the Rachel event done, which really doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing with the Rachel crew, because I don't need the loot that's coming through there, but my Rotarian crushes these, so I don't have to recrew again. I'm just gonna go ahead and use her, get this over with. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to hit like 12 or 13 of these bad boys to finish it. So let's see. Let's finish the Rachel event. Because what will happen there is I'm going to get more Rachel shards if I can finish. I think there's 18 events. I think there's 20 total, but you only have to finish 18. So they gave us 2 leeway. So basically, if there's something that they're asking you to do that's going to be very difficult for you to do, you may be allowed to skip at least one of them. Okay, let's see who this is. Yeah, I don't have no deals with that guy, so. Those are our caution guys. I always check to see who it is. If it's somebody worth. I never heard of this. I don't know what the heck that alliance is. I've never heard of it. I've seen that player before, but I've never heard of that alliance. Like I said, I'm only a short timer in this alliance, so I haven't got into their politics and their democracy stuff on this. Because basically, I don't believe in having allies at all unless it's for like a certain task. Like you both have a beef with an alliance, maybe you align temporarily to go against that alliance. Or, something similar to that effect. But then after that's over with, you go back to neutral. These perpetual ally stuff I don't believe in. It's not good for the game. And I've left alliances because like one that was in 2 alliances ago, the admiral there wants to play Kumbaya with the whole server. And if you looked at see what their democracy looks like when you pulled up the territory map, he had hearts on pretty much everybody except for 2 alliances. And that's just not a good way to play the game. I call him King of the Farmers. He's basically he's never the most powerful guy in his alliance. You know what I think? I think another alliance just named themselves that, changed their name. I see another guy. So it reverted back to the Galaxy chat again. I don't know why it does that. Normally it doesn't. If I put it in an alliance chat, it stays there. I need to change it back to a Galaxy alliance. Alright. Put it back here because I need to see what's going on with my alliance. See if they're doing some wave defenses. I need some wave defenses. I was hoping there'd be a solo wave defense event today with this, because I think they had that one the very first day, and I basically finished it on the first one that we did yesterday. So I was hoping there'd be another one, because I've got like 6 or 7 directives left. I mean, set of directives. And there's some good loot. There's some really good. I'll show you what I spent mine on after, because I did a couple. I don't know if I did a couple off the stream, but I will show you what I spent the stuff that I did last night on. And last night was the first night I did it. Like I told you, it was a bad week at work as far as everything went. I might be done with this. Case attack. Let's see if the... Yeah, I think I might be done with the Rachel event. Let's see. Yep. So this is what you get. When you do 6 of these, you get 4 of her shards, and you get some premium mirror dust, which that's pretty much the only way is to buy it, and one of these events is the only way you can get it. And you get 6, and then the final one you get 10, and you get some stupid avatar. I don't know if this is this is an avatar, and you get that's really good, and then you get 10 more of those. Now let's look at this one. While it's up, I can Bright Fruit Future, which is 50% loot gain, and once I pull her back, we'll look and see. I know this scales up. One of these scale up because I saw it when we pulled it up. I'm not sure which one it is. But if you just want her for a loot crew, I think it might be. Let's pull it back now. I thought, oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd cleared the milestones yet. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull that one back. I mean, I basically just sent that one out because I was at launch. That has no mining crew. That's why it's slower than all the rest of them. But like I said, I went out to launch, popped a shield, and its main goal was to do this while I wasn't online. I only got those 4 ships, the only ships that can get into the system where I'm mining that. Soon I'll have a 4th though. Okay, we got a bunch of junk here. Okay, let's see in the faction store. Let's see what's popping. Again, it's telling me there's nothing here that I pull. Man, okay, well we're here. We'll look at the. No, it's X-Borg. We're in the X-Borg. What were you doing? Okay, this is... No, section 2031. That's where we're going. Okay. Okay, down here, it's got some refinery improvements. You get a 100% improvement from the broken parts. So you can see I've already did... If it'll take me back. No. Let's go back to the faction. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, here you go. The Interceptor. You get one. It's one upgrade. And I got that. So my plans right now on what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to hit these officers hard, but I think there are some stuff in here that I need to address before I go up, because it will tremendously help me in this store and doing the wave defenses. Even though I didn't really have a hard time messing with them. Okay, now this is one that I want to get. Increases reputation granted from the arena claim chest. That one that one's one that's top pry. This solo refinery for the surveys, top pry, because I'm about to pop out that 68 ship from the Romulan, so getting more survey parts is going to be important. Also, let's see what right connections increases efficiency of the Section 31 credits. That one's going to be a top priority. And then I think this is actually the same, almost mirror credits. So this is going to help the regular credits. This is going to help the mirror credits. Okay, I get that now. Why does it got the Terran symbol on it? That's kind of stupid. I guess because we were together in the same arc. I don't know. Let's see. So let's look at now. Here's some good ones here. Interceptors for wave defense, shred. Those are ones I will engage with. Now that's something I have to. That one there, I've got up to ops level 3 just for. I think it was a spend event, and this is something I could spend it on. But if you're having problems dying, these are some good researches here. I just never really had problems with the wave defense from the very get-go. But yeah, see, these are all wave defense. This is impulse. I might need to invest harder on that too, but it's very expensive. But these take the regular. I think these take the regular credits. Let's see where, and these right here are the solo. So the non-solo stuff, you can use your regular credits for. Like, I know I don't have enough, so I got like 520 of, that's the regular Section 1 credit. Here's the mirror credits. That's the one I got the most of right now. I used it up last night because I was low in a lot of places. Now, see, this is something I don't know that I'll ever do, is exchange this new loot for the older loot. Now, I do this for this one all the time for the mirror, because to me there's not a lot of mirror stuff in here that I pull off of, to be quite honest with you. Now this is something the guy in one of the alliance I'm in has spent heavily on these, getting these credits. So for basically 3,500 of these credits, you can get a full set of directives in the rare Zindi. I don't think that's bad. And probably after, I don't know why it's flipped me out of, after I address some of the things that I was just talking to you guys about, that may go into play. And something else in this one, I definitely want to start pulling these. See, I wasn't really sure. I'm gonna talk to one of the guys, one of the community managers, and make sure that I'm right, because I don't want to waste these. I've got this unlocked. I don't know if this is shards gained to upgrade it, or that's for the unlock, because they haven't really done any ones like this before, or any that I've engaged with. I'll be honest with you, ones that I have engaged with at least. So I've got to make sure that these Amelia Earnhardt shards upgrades my, because I bought it, because it has, this was one, because it's one of the few things that we've had in the last few arcs to actually address the G6 players, and it's something that you always need. If that's the case, then I'm going to be pulling this every day until I get Bilia's plane tiered out. but I need to go on Discord and open a conversation with one of the community managers and make sure I'm on the same page, because I don't want to waste, even though it's not much. Okay, I'm still going to ask to make sure that I'm right or wrong on that. And if any of you guys are in the channel and you've used some of these, let me know. That might answer my question. Like I said, there hasn't been, previous to these solo ones, I think there's some in the Terran faction for DeGiorgio's crown. I just hadn't been able to engage with this combat arenas very much to be able to do anything with it. To see, I have made the grabs to unlock. I have this unlocked. See, it kills me, man, because on my server where I'm at now, these open leagues or public leagues that they're calling them, that gives me maybe a chance to get engaged with this again. I mean, the original alliance I was in when these came in was perfect. We had 20 plus 60 players. And I was like Op 66 then. And I was either Op 66 or 7. And, I had a wide, then it was 7 up, 7 down. I had a bunch of players that I could form a crew with, but we had 2 players that pretty well poisoned it for everybody who kept talking. Because yes, there were problems. There were some matchup problems. But I think it's worse now than it was before. Before, when it was like it was in the originals onslaught of it, you would pull a 70 player maybe 2 times out of 6 or 7. And now, for me at least, I pull one like every other one, so it's hard to build my ranking up, because I get one that I can compete with, and then the next 3 or 4 are ones that are 70s, that are high 70s. Now there was a low 70. I stomped a mud hole with him with this little bad boy here. He had nothing that could compete with it, even with his 70 ships, because they were low tiered. He stopped flying them. He tried his cube on it. Believe it or not, that whole run, my Verox never died. It got really, really close, but I never had to repair it. In fact, I put these 2 in there and never had to pull another ship in, that's never happened, even on the lower level ones. But we're getting there. I'm going to be 70 in Op 70 here soon. It's not going to be a long time away. I'm hoping it's going to be within the next 3 weeks that I'm Op 70. A lot's going to be luck of what the events. If we keep getting these choice events and I can choose what I'm pulling, that's going to help a lot. If they do it. Like last one, we had it like the first part of the arc and then we saw no more. That doesn't help at all. I need mats. See, early on, in your early 60s, it's like being an Ops 22 or something like that again, where you really have nothing. You're having to earn everything. You don't have enough lat to do a lot of speed ups. You don't have the materials and resources. Resources are always an issue. But to me, mats, I earned enough mats in the events and in my daily mining. I was okay until probably Ops either 65 or 66. Then you started getting the bottleneck within the mats as well. But before that, not so much. It was always either the sigma speed ups or the sigma para or tri, always. And then it did also limited your research too, because as you can see, like even if you go into these are only 1,000 each, where the other tokens are all 10,000. So the discrepancy that you saw in your regular resources is the same. It's not like it's a lot harder to earn this 1.2 million dilithium than it is this 5.9 para there. It just is. And I think you guys know what I'm talking about, especially if G5 players who see that kick in the nuts that you get for trying to do research with the dilithium. It's the same with this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Especially when I haven't done some research in a little bit. I've done some, but not like I was. I was like filling that thing up, but now that the Sigma research, the Sigma, the days on the cooldowns are so high right now and you need so much Sigma speed ups to speed it up. That has slowed me down some. Let's go. Let's look at one that I need to do, like this one right here. It's going to cost you 32,000. That's a low one, actually. Let's find one that's higher. See, that one takes 105. So that takes like a 1/12 of what I got. And how about this one? No, that one's not too bad. See, that one's 121. So the discrepancy is the same once you move into the Sigma as it was back in the day when you were doing in the regular size. Let's go find a small node. No, that's okay. We're doing pretty good here. When I came in here, it was all jacked up. Okay, let's go here in the 100 mode. We'll use these other ones too when they get close, because I don't want to put a partial node up here or leave one. Okay, let's put this one back to its cube. That way I can get I think that's my little cube. Okay. So Gorn time it is. Yeah, we are going to switch to the cube, my big cube. Okay, let's see who we're going to say bye to. We'll say bye to Mr. Paris. And put the doctor right there. Okay. So we're going to go. See, I could fly my Rotaran but with the slip FT right into here and do them. Now my cube, before I put the FT, could go into this space. But now I put the slip on it. I basically got that for my dailies at night so I can go in the 70 system. I don't need that. And while that's flying, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. And I'll be right back. Let's go ahead and renew the shield. It won't be very long. Yeah, that drunk a little bit too much sweet tea at Sonny Bryan's. Sonny Bryan's an iconic barbecue place here in Dallas. Um, their location close to Love Field is pretty famous. You will see, like, I used to work close to Love Field, and you'd go by there and you'd see like a limo as people are getting ready to take a flight or just got off a flight from DFW, line up and get them some barbecue there. It's one of the best barbecue places in Dallas. There are a lot of good barbecue places in Dallas, but that one's my favorite. I grew up eating it as a kid, and that's still my favorite. I haven't found one that I think is better. Their brisket sandwiches, I just get that chopped beef sandwich and their 2 sides, and I'm good to go. I'm usually a Dr. Pepper guy, but I was decided, that sweet tea. They got really good sweet tea there, and I probably drank a gallon of it. I loved tea. Grew up on that. My mother used to make tea all the time. But I hadn't had any sweet tea in a while. And that was really, really good. But air ran right through me. All right, let's see. Let's see how good Rachel's crew does on her. Okay, let's look. Well, here's a battleship. We're going right by it. So look, you can see the horrible exchange rate, especially for the Apex. Like you said, you got to have the Eviscerator to get this crap. This one's not that bad. But you're going to be really lump-sided with it when this is all over with. So let's look. Now, you guys saw me doing this last night. I did quite a few of these, and I still didn't have close to a full hull. Okay, I got 37,000. So let's look at this again. Let's find another battleship. They're not all exactly the same. They're enough for this. Yeah, that's exactly the same. So you go look at 10,050 versus 37,500, and then you got 187. So that's quite a bit of a loot gain for a really sorry mechanic. Looks like I missed out on a wave. I really need to do one. I tried to get one going earlier. Nobody wanted to do it. Because that's one of the things I should be doing right now. Is doing as many, while I'm in an alliance, do as many of wave defenses as I can possibly do. I mean, I was able to jump in a few as a solo player because basically nobody's going to reject an Ops 68 or 69. I think it was this Ops 68 when I jumped. Especially on this server being known that I'm crushed hostiles and how high my reputation is on all those were. There's not many people going to boot me. There's some people that don't like me well, but that's to their detriment, believe me. But I'm picky. If I go in there and they got a bunch of 40s in there, I'm gone. Because like I said, I don't like guys that end up being spectators in the last few rounds or they're dead. Now there's another fellow 69 player, and the guy, I think he's 68 now. When I was in the lines I was telling you about, we had a bunch of 60 players in it. We three shot at the 50 system, the one that's higher. I don't know. I can't remember if it was the mirror or it was the regular. It's just because we couldn't find anybody else to do it, and the guy before we could bail, he went ahead and started it anyway. Because he'd been trying to get one all day and decided it was better to get something than nothing. And I'm like, why'd you do that? But we actually did a perfect run. We didn't get one hostile in, but it was like you talk about chaos. That was chaos. Where wasn't fun, put it that way. I mean, I like to have a deal where it's orderly, where I'm going. I'll take a not quite of a half of a quadrant, but pretty close to it. I can hold that down by myself. As long as we don't have a lot of bugs going on, if it's not buggy, I assume we are. Well, we're not doing too bad. This thing's filling up pretty quick. Like I'd at least hit this many hosts. So you don't. Another thing, you don't get good drops from this. You just don't. This might, like I said, I don't know which one I think is the worst grind. Is this Gorn? Because you know what, I'm gonna say it's the Gorn because I got to. If I want to even out the other loot, I'm gonna have to make at least 2 runs with the Eviscerator. But the one we just did, those new hostiles and the Gorn, those are, to me, are the 2 worst grinds in the game right now. And if they do the archives where I can get rid of one of these, sign me up. Take my money. Because these are the ones I hate. At least with the mirror universe, I can engage with what I want to do, which is the only thing I'd ever really do unless there's an event. Because right now, all the now if I ever get my E Picard or one of the E Crew people a little bit closer to where they need Trillium D, then I'll probably engage with the other parts of the thing. But right now I don't. The only thing I'm really doing is the Omega stuff when the Omega event comes on. Keeping that refinery going and going in there grinding for faction credits and Sigma speed ups in that 69 and I'm not 69, 68 and 70 transport systems in the uncommons. That's the only thing I do engage with it. Because if you saw my mirror thing, all the commons, uncommons, rares, and epics, I got those all tiered out because I heavily engaged with it at that point in time. The only thing that I can in that research that I can do is the Omega and the premium dust. Everything else is done. And to be honest with you, I think I bought 1 pack of that during the ARC launch. It had some research in it. Because to me, I saw that it was sort of like the Voyager. The Voyager loop was pretty easy. I didn't like it, but it was easy to do. So was the NX-01. And I believe I'll say yes, and also the mirror. I thought that was a pretty easy loop. But the Mr. Tiger making all these 15 different currencies, that was a pain in the butt, and the whole rift keys bullshit, you know. Yeah, if they made me CEO for a day, the first dude I fire is Mr. Tiger. as bad as these coders and designers are in this deal, I'll do like the Joker did to that when he took over that one gangster, when they put him in there when he's dead, and he breaks the the pool cue in half and says that they're hiring, but they only got one slot left, and the winner gets it. That's what I would do. I would if I was CEO for a day, I'd go in there, break the why am I having a hard time saying that today? The pool cue in half, drop it on the floor, and I would say the last person remaining in here helps me hire a whole new crew. The rest of you are fired. For this mess of a game that you created. I mean, I love this game, but there's no reason that it should have all the bugs that it does. And then they had like their epic fail during the launch. It wasn't funny, but it is in the way that more than 3/4 of the day there was no events up here. And then when they did get it fixed, the Battle Pass event didn't work, and they had to comp everybody their stuff. I mean, that's an epic fail. So, having a busy week for this ARC launch was okay, because basically the first day, you're pretty screwed. Unless you played later in the day. Yeah, I bet you, I was at work, so I wasn't online. But I imagine all the people that were like the guy waiting at the door for the UPS guy, looking on their app saying out for delivery, and it never comes, Yeah, I would love to hire some coders that were actually fans of Star Trek, that actually watch the series and understand the characters a little bit, which we don't seem to have here in this game. There are too many times where stuff doesn't match up to the continuity of the actual series. The only time that I would give them a pass is really for the Strange New Worlds, just because the Strange New Worlds hadn't even aired when they launched the. And you can say, well, that was poor planning. Yeah, you're right on that. But okay, we got a full boat. So that was not very hard at all. That cut some time off. I might have went over that talking to you guys, but it seemed like it cut my time down in the system and pulling these. But again, let's see how lump-sided this is. See, I've got 1.6 million of the regular and only 8,200 of the Isomatter Apex. So again, that means I'm going to have to pull that little ship out, go into high as I can take it, and do something. We'll do it here. I'm still not going to make it even. I'm still going to be way heavy on this. Now, the day where that Eviscerator will let me get into these 60 systems, that might flip the switch, especially with these loot crews. We won't know, because the Eviscerator is going to hyper boost the apex. Now, Chapel has an ability to do that, but I think Chapel's ability is much better for you below deck than on the bridge myself. I think in some of the earlier video I tested that out, and her loot gain ability, and I think I had Chapel at 3 when I did it, because I invested on Chapel. I saw that she was going to be at least a top 10 character, or officer, I will say, a top 10 officer in the game. I'm telling you guys, I got to see DiGiorgio in action. Everybody's saying that she's going to turn PvP on its door. I want to see that to believe it. I'm going to pretend like I'm from Missouri. You're going to have to show me. But what I've seen with Rachel, damn, I keep pushing the wrong thing. Rachel is definitely worth the $49 unlock or $50 unlock. She definitely is. You get a lot of good bonus stuff. You get your multi-phasics. You get all this loot right here that will help you build your ships or whatever. I mean, plus you get an unlock. And right out of the gate, she gives you a 50% boost of loot from your hostiles. Non-Armada hostiles. And then she has a decent deal for about, I don't see you using her. I don't see you using her unless you know that you're going after some guy's cube. Then you might throw her below deck on one of the slots. But this is where she's going to be her biggest gain in this crew that I showed you right here with E. Picard. Okay. Next thing we're going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and just work with Rachel. We'll see if she works with the Archer crew. Then we'll worry about the Gorn. I'll worry about the Gorn offline. That's too boring to sit there and go through all that crap. Okay, let's. The main thing is this is testing Rachel. Let's change ships first. Let's go in the NX-01. Put that there. We're going to put Archer and Tucker with her. And then we'll have an open slot. I can pull Paris back in. Okay, let's go group. Okay, there's Archer. See, no synergy. Okay, that answered the question there. And I was wondering if she's going to have synergy with any of the captain boosters, but the answer is no on that. Okay, now we're going to put Paris back here. And we're going to go into, we'll go into 61. And take in mind also, I got these all full. I need to put miners in those too, so when they come back, I'll send them out to mine for my dailies. So what time is it? Oh, I got time, so yeah, that's not a big rush. Continuum. Okay, now I can use this loot right here. Maybe I'll get enough loot to I made a full pull because I'm so full. Most of the time I don't do that. But I don't have any of that stuff right now, and I want to be able to do some upgrades. I'm okay. Which one's the lowest? This one. Do I got enough to upgrade it? Yes, but barely. And then I'm done. Let's look at Serensdale. No, still. Okay, at least I got one. Okay. Let's go into... No, this is the wrong one. I'm in the wrong one. You know I wasn't. Yeah, it was. Here we go. Okay, we're going to the 61 system first. Because usually that when I was doing it before, that's usually where I grind. My ship full. Now, if I want to swing for the fences, I'll go up to the 62 and go for a battleship. But I will get some Sigma speed ups. I just won't get the 15-hour one. That's the Holy Grail. We'll do that, then we'll hit the 62 system. See if we got enough power for them. That's a question as well. Then we'll remember how much we get, and maybe I can put flocks in there and we'll fly back. I got one that's stuck. I'm gonna have to clear my localization to get that one in the building. I thought they fixed that. I thought one of those little bug release things said they fixed that. I haven't done it. It hasn't happened in a while. Well, for a while I was doing it quite often. That's why I know what to do. But sometimes you can also take another ship and bring it out of your station, and it will. What the heck? You see that, guys? It put my NX-01 back in the station, and it was almost there. That's unbelievable. That is like it was like everything after that command was knocked off. What if it? Yeah, it took my token too, because I had one. I had 341, I think, the last time when I went up in there. I got so many, it's not worth writing a ticket over. But I will report that bug. I'm going on Discord right now on my phone. See if anybody else has reported it. No, that's not it. I'll go back up. This hasn't been edited in quite a while. Let's go into my guys. Okay, I'm scanning through the issues that people are having. Okay, I don't really. Wait a minute. I'm reading through here, making sure that somebody else hasn't reported the same thing. No. All right, well, it looks like we're in the system. I'm going to go back how long have I been online? 137, so that's hard to load into my Final Cut. I would love to go back and cut this one part of this video and show and send it to Scopely. What it just did there, my ship got stuck, and when I cleared localization, it put my Enterprise NX-01 right back in the station, even though it was getting close to entering this system when I did the localization. I don't know if has that ever happened to you guys before? What happened right there where I'm sure everybody's got ships stuck. Yeah, it's filling up really fast. I should have looked to see what the rewards were before doing that. But yeah, I'm getting very little hull damage. Let's go ahead and go into the 62 system for grins. So this is a good crew to load up loot with Archer there. So she works with that. I was thinking I'd definitely get a lot more hull damage. I'm probably going to see some severe hull damage because the reason I go into the 61 systems, I can hit more of the 61s than I can the 62s. Even though it can, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't God dang. It's not efficient as going into the 61s, and the loot gain is not that much difference. Oh, I'm already full. Dang it. I'm going to send it home. Then we'll come back. God, that was quick. So I got 29 million and 1 million of Zindi scrap. And this would be nice. So I hit 14 of them. It took me 14 to fill the ship. Okay, I got 115 hour, which is really good. Like I said, those are the ones you want. They just don't drop as frequently as they do in that 68 system that you see me grind in mirror space. But I've gotten some decent holes when we're doing that event, that damage event, when I go up in there. Okay, let's go ahead and use it. I'm going to use it on the research here. Oh, that's a 15-minute. Oh, I thought it said 15-hour. Dang it. Okay, that's not as good. Not as good. I thought it was a 15 hours, a 15-minute, but that makes sense. It didn't. Like I said, I've never really seen that. That'd have been the first 15-hour one. I've seen an hour and 3 hours in there before. That's not uncommon. And every little bit helps, even though that doesn't sound like it does, but believe me, it does. 15 minutes, not so much, but okay, my plan on the whole archives building. Where is it at? Archives. Okay. I'm not going to engage with the amalgam right now. I may do it down the line. But before I do, I'm in this. Whoops, wrong one. Okay. You just saw me hit it in the recruit. This right here, when I start getting mostly patterns from this, that means that I've upgraded several of these officers that are in here. You saw that I got some really good shards for some good officers in there. To me, what I get here is more important than the archives, and just because these officers are more important to me than getting what you would get. Well, we'll look at that now. And it's not bad if you're a lower player and you're trying to get Honor Guard Wharf. Man, this would be a priority, because when you got it completely mastered, you'll get Honor Guard Wharf every day, and that helped me get my queen tiered out pretty fast. That last tier, doing the exact same thing with her, and her with the tally. Let's go back. I gotta go out with the tally. I'll show you. See, every day I already had Dazik tiered out, so that one didn't help me. But see, it didn't take 1,800 to tier her out. I think it was like 900. I don't know why it's saying that, but you get 1, 2, 3 every day. You know, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it finished her out pretty quick. But so I'm saying, if you don't have Honor Guard Wharf tiered out, this is one that I would do. Honor Guard Wharf is, even though he's an older officer, he's still very valuable for PvP. You can use him with several different crews. I would say he's a top 10 officer at least. Are there ones better than him? Yes. But let's go do this repair, and we'll go right back into 62. And we'll do the demo there. I should have done it before. I was kind of distracted on what happened with the glitch we just saw. Come on, man. Here we go. The glitch we just saw was kind of distracted. Let's go in the 62 space. And also we'll see how many we can hit here until we either die or fill the thing up. So you can, so you're seeing you can use Rachel with it, even though you lose the synergy you get from Phlox. But her 50% loot gain definitely helps with archers. And the ship, you got to remember, the ship does the aquatic stuff. So you're getting bonuses 3 bonuses there, and you're getting the Doctor Below bonus. So it makes grinding this material pretty quick now. So you're seeing that it sped up 2 of my run. No, I guess it would be 3 out of the 4 of my runs. It sped up quite a bit, and the other one, I think I got more loot in one run than I would have got without her, and that would be those newer hostiles. It'd be interesting to see if I put that loot crew on one of my better ships and go up, what it do. But I just don't want to spend. I don't want to spend this. I only spend this when I need to. That's to upgrade the ships in PvP. If I can find a way to, like you see, even though I'm an Ops 69, I heavily use that Rotaran to this day. Just because it uses resources I can't give away, fast enough. Now for lower players, that I would say that NX01 loop is pretty valuable for a lot of reasons, just for what you can get in the store. And it's an easy loop to do. X-Borg, here we go. Like see where I'm at, you can't really see, but I'll give you a peek of what you can see in these mega loot chests here. Like as a 4-star player, when you can start engaging with this epic loot, you can make a pull it's every 4 days or something like that. You can get, then you got these you can do. These you can do. There's some good credits, and then you get some good, drop in the bucket when you're a higher player. Then 30 million didn't really do anything. That you can hit 2 hostiles and get that. But for a lower player, yeah, that'll help you out a lot. Also, I had this offer exchange to help you with your Voyager crew. And you got the ones where you can eliminate loops. You can eliminate your Voyager loop, your lat. See, that's a lot of lat. I might even do that. Get pulls out of the deal. I haven't really hardly looked at that one because it's something that was. Then if you're Stella, you can come in here and never have to scrap one. You just come here and save your stuff up, pull that. You're going to get some of these Stella particles. You're going to get codes for the refinery, and then you're going to get reputation to help build it up in there. There is no reason to be engaged with that loop unless there's an event you want to score in. And no, the Apex one is not one of them. That's a garbage event. I can't see why everybody goes crazy on that stupid thing, because you get. Let me find it. Rogue. First prize didn't even. That's one pull. And you got 3 chests. You're going to grab more in here than you will for winning it. That's winning the leaderboard event. And then all the other junk is trash. I watch guys fight on the leaderboard trying to win the leaderboard event for garbage. Okay, let's look at see what we get here. Okay, I've got 1 million of this, 26,000 of the scrap. So let's see what happens when I hit one. And also let's see how much hull damage I get. That's another key factor. Wow, okay, nah. Not that bad. Whoa. I didn't look to see what we got there. Okay, I got 9.6 million and I got almost 250,000 of that. Let's see. Look at it again. Yeah, that was a significant gain. So it's going to be easy to fill this ship up. I hit like 5 of these and it's full. Let's see if we can do it. And I'm going to do it easily. I haven't tried it in a while. Last time I came in here, I could hit I think I hit like 10 of them, and then my ship was pretty much hull damaged. Well, we're full already. I think we hit 3. I'll go 1 for grins. Let's see if we the go home cam and let's try it. For you don't know, this ship right here, you got like a 1 in 5 chance of winning it. Or a 1 in 5 chance it's going to send you home. I think it is. And it seems like the odds are more stacked in their favor and not yours on this. And see, I barely got any hull damage. So, what would have happened if I had an empty cargo hold? That would have almost filled up my ship with 1 pop. That's what when I was a lower player working up in here, I used to come into this 60 system here with that and load up my ship with goods, and then I would pop a couple of the interceptors to fill it up. But usually I was 3 and done. And like you see right there, that was pretty good. If you're just going for loot, you can't beat that. I almost got 1 million of that. Now the one thing I aren't going to get is the drops. But that doesn't mean if I'm pulling for drops and I got 6.89 million just from whatever I got there, that's pretty good. I can still continue. That doesn't mean I have to go back. I can sit here like if there's an event like going on with that chaos thing. You can see what I'm scoring like half of a quadrillion right now. See, I'd already moved up a place. I was 25. See, to me, I don't think the prize is that great, so that's the reason why I haven't really engaged with it. I wonder if I can hit like a dozen of these and make some guys go out here and grind that are trying to win it. Let's see where it put me. Let's see, you can stay in here, score in that event, and you get drop boxes even though you're full. I want to see if I can go up to 20th place. Give these guys a scare. Yeah, I already moved up 2 places. God, there's some guys on this server. They'll come here and grind like 6-7 hours just so they can win this event. Not worth it. Let's see what the prize is. I think I looked at it. I think it's like Seneca XP or something. See, now Now, oh, we got a Voyager event I didn't see. That must have just popped up here. I think I scanned through. Oh, and I need to go in here and do this. I haven't done this yet. Okay. I haven't really spent any stuff anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Now, if I would have just done some kind of upgrade, I'd be kicking myself because that would have been a free pass there. Okay, where's that? Where is that event here? Chaos Tech. No, that's not Chaos Tech. Chaos Attack. Yeah, Syndicate XP. First price isn't all that bad, but let's see what you got. Would have to see. I got 19 almost 20 quadrillion right now, and I haven't really tried. And the guy who's ahead's got whatever comes after a quadrillion. So, yeah. Now the thing was, if this ended before this event here with the syndicate, if it timed out where this ended, if this would have started today and this event would have ended in the middle, it might be worth going hard on that so you get the Syndicate XP to get the extra stuff to get, especially this. She's a good officer. Anytime you get shards for her, it's worth going for. But these mirror dust right here, that's enough to do a big upgrade. That's 1,000, over 1,000 right there, 1,500, no, 1,050 of that. But it's not worth me spending $100 to put it up. What I've got right here, I haven't spent any money on to get. So one of the guys on my alliance gave us the head up, so I saved. So it'll exactly at 11 o'clock. I went in there and did all my redeems. I'm going to be able to do 3 redeems before this thing is over with. And so I will probably hit this next milestone. But there's no way I'm going to hit the last one without spending money, and I don't want to spend money. The only thing I'm going to spend money on, guys, in the morning, I spent $100 on Rachel to get her to tier 2 where she's at right now. And see, I got 105. That gave me like enough to where I could do with what I had is enough for me to grab 10 Enterprise E shards. And let's go. The only thing that I'm going to buy that's out this week is this bad boy. Even though I'm not hurting in para, but what I'm going to get in the mats, and especially this 175, 367. That's going to probably help me do 2 upgrades, speed up 2 upgrades tomorrow. And that's exactly what I need. I wish I could get 2 of these, but now there will be always the Saturday ones too, but that I'll look at it, but I'm pretty sure that the hammer with the speed ups is going to be a lot more than. Let's see what Homeboy's packing. Yeah, he's taking some major hull damage here. Yeah, he's over. He's using a crew that I would not use in there. So I bet he's trying to score in this event. Let's see what this is. Yeah, this is going to be funny. Yeah, he's using the same crew as the other guy. Let's see who he's got on below deck. Okay, there's no way I would have this in here. That's that, what's his name from the Galaxy Quest, speed up guy. He's hurt. Okay, I wouldn't. He's got, what's his name? Kim below. I would not have Kim below. They're a lot better. His crewing, I would give him a C+ on his below deck crewing, and I would give him a D on his big crew here. I'd love to see him go up here and watch how fast he dies. And you can see I've already pulled some of these. I've done I would say 25 of these, and I've still got a half a hull. But I'm sure these guys are going in here trying to get the big points. But if those guys would have went to the 60 points and hit like double of these that they probably could up here, it would bounce out in their favor down there. If it's guys I know and I think they're making a bad crewing choice, I'll always say, hey man, scan my deal. This is the crew you need to be using here. If they're guys I don't really know or don't care what they really do up here, then I'll let them use that crew. But there is another crew that if I didn't have my archer crew as high up as I do, that I would use. I do have a video on my YouTube channel. It's called, I think it's called Archer Loot Crew or something like that in the title. I think it's DeGiorgio, Archer, and Tau. There was a couple I was experimenting with, and I can't think of the other one right now. I think I was using James Kirk, Pike, and E-Data at one time. That was pretty decent. Now for pure power, I would definitely put Phlox back in here and take Rachel out. But we're talking about loot here. And I think I might be scoring just a tiny bit higher because it's going more rounds because it doesn't have the same punch that and what we do when we'll get low, just to get it back quicker, I'm gonna go find me a battleship. Okay, I want to see if I can get top 20 before we leave here. Yeah, that's no joke right there. I'm getting, for somebody who's just tuning in, I'm getting a half a quadrillion every time I hit one of these guys. You want to know how people are scoring big time in here? This is how they're doing it. And it's for this event. Of course, you got to have a Chaos Tech in the ship to do this. And I do. Let's see how far away we are from 20. I'm a little ways before for 20. I might be happy where I'm at there. I am going to be doing some grinding in Mirror Space later tonight to store up some speed ups for this thing, because you can see I won't need this. I got both of these will be done. This one will be done tomorrow. That one, and this one I'm letting time out the Q trial. I hit that one by accident. I didn't mean to start that one. I think I was looking to see how much time it was, and here we go. We're going to hit this, see if we go home. No! No, we didn't. That is unbelievable. I was sure I was going home, but it was enough to survive it. Okay. Let's definitely go back. We'll do the recall here. And we got, let's look at what we got here. Okay, we got another 23 million, which is good. 2 5-minute speed ups. And 1:15. Looks like 15. I knew there were small speed ups up here. I thought I'd gotten an hour and a 3 hour in regular speed up in here before, but maybe not. So you can see that Rachel is an officer worth pursuing. Now, there's been talks about the other one, though. Most people, the consensus is come on. The consensus is Zeb here. He's Zeph or whatever how you say his name. He's trash, but that might be just for now. There may be a thing in the future where with DiGiorgio and Rachel, we're getting full synergy for DiGiorgio. He might be worth having, but you can see that his below deck ability is like Rachel's. It's for a certain hostile. Rachel's a hostile too? I thought it was. So that kind of lessens her below deck ability. If that's too, I thought he was. Yeah, hostiles. So they're not as bad as I thought that was thinking. They're not as good or not as bad. It improved it, but okay. Most of the time when you're grinding hostiles, you know what type you're going to. So if you know you're going to go into a system, you're grinding battleships, you can throw Rachel below deck, and it will help you if you're not trying to gain loot. The same with Zeb or Zeph or whatever. I guess it's Zeph. Now, they were saying this is on the start of each, again, it's hostile stuff. There is a speculation that you're going to need these officers, or you're going to need Zeph, because they're going to have a harder hostile in the game that you're going to need him for. That's something that I heard. But right now, this random state to an enemy for 3 rounds. And you can either get morale burning or hull breach. I don't think it's horrible. But would I use them? Okay, now that we're going to need to have multiple hostile groups for like these wave defenses. I mean, I had 3 good crews. Some people might not. If you're in that boat, then he might be worth unlocking at least. I'm going to unlock him. Well, I'm not going to pay to unlock him because I think you can. The way they got it set up in the. Get here. The way they got it set up in the wave defense pass. That you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 16. So you need. I think you need 38 to unlock him. Let's go into the event store. And I went ahead and did, not for him, because it had some really good, when you get to a certain tier, you get some more deciphers to be able to do that. You get all this Syndicate XP, and you get 2 James, and you get loot, and it gets better on. So you need 38. So I got 7 right now. Let's see if that. Let me go back. I don't know if I counted that into the deal. Okay, we're not gonna count the ones that I already opened up. That's the problem. I probably did. So that's going to give me 10, 16, 22. I'm going to have 22 shards at the end of this battle pass. And also with this extension that they put out here, if you buy it, and I did, for I think it was $30 or something like that. I think the stuff that's in here, besides the Zeph, is worth it. So we get 28, 32. Okay, I unlock him right here, I think. And I definitely have him unlocked here. So I get a full unlock and don't have to spend anything for him. And that's the way I'm going to go roll with Zeph there. Because like I said, I'd heard everything was trash. I wasn't even looking at that. I was looking at all the good stuff that I get with it. Because I would love to take my James Kirk to tier 4. And that every little bit helps. Plus I get all the Syndicate XP. And I get more of this Section 31, new Section 31 loot. And another wave defense pass. So, yeah, I thought that was worth it. Now knowing what I see right there, and I get a full unlock of Zeph, it's worth the $30. Most of the time I always buy the $20 pack anyway for the wave defense. Because usually, I take that back. There was one wave defense that both the officers that were offered, I already had them tiered out and I didn't buy it. But to me, trying to get the James Kirk shards were worth doing it. That was what I was looking at more in the loot that you get. But anyway. So I think that's going to be it for right now, guys. I think I might take a break. I might come on later tonight and look for some people to raid. Friday night's a good night for me to raid folks because they're all loaded up trying to set up for tomorrow. It's a good time to go out and do some raiding. I also made 3 new songs last night. I haven't decided when I'm going to debut them, but one of them's called Klingon's Revenge. It's about them hunting down Kirk and killing him and the crew of the Enterprise. So it's a pretty cool song. I'm going to put that one on it. And one of them is, I haven't decided the title for it yet. And what was the other one? I just think it was another Klingon song, I think. I need to find, get one of these Klingon translators and find write the lyrics in the lyric writer and then go in it and translate it into Klingon and see if they can handle it. Because I'm using some AI tools and I'm using GarageBand to make these songs, and mostly vocals are all AI driven. It's not me singing, but there are times where I'm playing bass, or may have done some of the drums on it, and some of the metal guitar riffs is something that I actually wrote on myself, and then I used the AI tools to make loops with. And but what it'll do is it'll take my idea and grow with it, and does a really good job. I've written some other non-metal type songs too that are pretty cool on it, but yeah, you know the song's decent when you're listening to your own song, even though all the work you put in, many times you've listened to it over and over and over again, and you're still popping it in your car and listening to it. You know it's a good song. And y'all sampled at least 5 of the songs I've written. I've probably written close to 25 songs in total. Most of them are not Star Trek related, so I haven't been playing them. But I like to come up with an idea, and then I'll take it over there and start messing with it until I get something workable. And then when I get something workable, then I'll use the AI tools to help me finish out whatever I'm going like I need. I'll tell them I want a lead guitar in this type of style of music, and it usually does it. Now, what is weird about it, on my birthday this year, I'd been listening to Nirvana hard for like 3 days, and I'd gotten my amp and I was messing with tones, and I found 2 of Kirk's tones that were tones that were very similar to Kurt Cobain. And I wrote a song that was similar to Teen Spirit, but it was not wasn't a rip off of Teen Spirit, but YouTube flagged it and I couldn't use it. I actually had to take the video down because it wasn't worth dealing with it, because I've done it before. I used to use a company that sold loops, royalty-free loops. Well, what happens is sometimes these Chinese companies, they'll buy the royalty-free loops, and there's a thing on the internet where you can register intellectual property. So they'll take that stuff and put it in there, and then like if you got like a drum, and like say I took a drum loop from this company's thing and used it in my song, may have changed the tempo of it and the key and a bunch of other things to it, but I still use the loop, it'll flag it, and you have to go through a bunch of stuff to prove that, hey man, this came from a royalty-free. They actually have a letter, because this has become a problem. They actually have a letter that you can send YouTube, and that worked, but that's what it takes. I actually had one of those jerks try to on my Facebook page try to claim copyright for. I haven't even posted anything in there in like 3 years, and I'm like, dude, there's nothing in here that you violated your copyright. They're trying to hold you ransom for your page, but they try to make it seem like they're from Facebook, but they're not. It's a scam. And I said, go ahead, drop this. This is a dead page anyway. Go ahead and get it banned from Facebook. I don't care. And that shut them up because they're fake. They try to make it seem like they're from Meta, which is the people that own Facebook, but they're not. But anyway, because I had a fishing page on Facebook for my old YouTube channel, and I looked at a video I found on one of my zip drives that, it was about at least 3 or 4 years ago since I posted anything on either YouTube or that site. So, good luck with that. But anyway, so I'm gonna cut it tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and do some other stuff, and maybe I'll come back on tonight So until next time.